Okay, welcome all. Let's start today's session. And today we have two very nice topics to discuss. And the first topic is the megaphone of leadership, that is moving from passion to impact. Or we will understand how the visions can be implemented to bring a very definite impact. That's there in the topic. That's the topic for today's first session. I hope my screen is visible. Can you please confirm?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like a megaphone, right? Megaphone of leadership. When an organization is small, the founder makes all the decisions based on their gut or passion. But as a business or momentum, or when as the business grows, it becomes a 3D structure that looks exactly like a megaphone. At the very top of the megaphone, it's the leader, the visionary who knows why they are doing what they are doing. Right below, the senior executives comes and fits in. So, what is their job? The brilliant builder who knows how to bring the vision to life. That means the process. The why statement is getting very much prominent, or the vision statement is getting guided by the top layer, that is the founder, and the second layer actually focus on the how statement, or they know how the process should be implemented so that the vision can come to life. And at the wide base of the megaphone are all the employees, products, and marketing, the what that touches the outside world. Wow. So the different aspect, the same golden circle can is kind of we are seeing in a very different aspect and very different layer how to connect and how we can harness the best of the golden circle. That's what actually we are studying in the series of the sessions. Start with 5 book sessions. For the megaphone to work, the message at the top must be crystal clear. If the visionary leader only produces volume without clarity, the megaphone just creates annoying noise and clutter. That's very true. This is why dreamers desperately need builders. Walt Disney was a visionary dreamer who often forgot about reality, but his sensible older brother, Roy, knew exactly how to build the empire. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the visionary who inspired the nation with his dream, but his friend Ralph Abernathy knew how to organize the specific details of the protest. Great momentum requires both someone to hold the megaphone and someone to build it. So, that is the key message that we have from this leadership megaphone. So, let's find out how we are relevant here, where exactly we are standing in our company and in our personal life. Certainly, in our personal life, we are the one who can play all the 3 layers. When we see ourselves in the topmost part of the megaphone, we need to bring the clarity. That is the why statement. The purpose should be very firmly established and clear to our subconscious mind. Otherwise, the identity layer definitely will not be able to build properly. So, the second, when we see ourselves in the middle part, we should plan our day in such a way that the purpose of or the vision that we have established can be implemented in our day-to-day dealings or day-to-day activities. And when we see ourselves in the bottom most, the wider part, where the implementation actually meets the outcome, there we need to implement whatever we have planned in the beginning of the day or beginning of the week. So the actual outcome actually gets very much prominently established here. Clarity, volume, and output, the base output. The tangible points where the organization touches the outside world is this layer. Now the middle executive has this how types, the builders. Practical realists focus on here and now. Build structures and pave the route. The dreamers are also important. One who do not have any dreams or aim and vision, then the clarity lacks and the how types means the builders cannot actually build what they will build. So all the three layers are equally definitely important, and we need to focus on all the three layers from a personal life perspective. And in our organization also, we see ourselves in some layer, and wherever we are, we need to play that role very efficiently. Then we just discussed about this historic dreamers, Disney and King, and then historic builders are how the two case studies that we have discussed that are also depicted in this infographics. A route without a destination may be efficient, but to what end? A route without a destination may be efficient, but to what end? Success requires both a beautiful vision to inspire people and a solid plan to execute to the point where we want to reach. Now, we need to actually identify our role. If you are a dreamer, then you are actually mostly dealing with why. Then we need to focus on the destination, and the primary role is inspiring the moment and holding the megaphone. And if we are seeing ourselves in the builder part, okay, how part, then we are focusing on the route, and the primary role is paving the path and building the infrastructure. Paving the path and building the infrastructure is our role. Before going to the reflection, let's revise the key insight from today's session. First half, actually, I would say that what is the megaphone effect that we understood? A company is just a vessel used to loudly amplify leaders' core belief to the outside world. Second insight is dreamers versus builders. Visionaries, that is the why types, imagine the destination, but they need builders, how types, to pave the route. Anyone on their own might not be self-sufficient or might not bring the efficient or effective outcome. Third key insight from today's session is volume versus clarity. Spending millions on advertising only creates noise. True impact requires a crystal clear message of belief. That is a why statement. So, a lot of volume without proper clarity is going to produce noise. That is what actually we have seen and discussed in this megaphone metaphor. Megaphone as a metaphor. So, just drifting the topic from the mainstream. Have you got opportunity to be part of the last selling metaphorical session, Melindi?
Sorry, which one? Your Saturday session?
No, Wednesday NLP session, selling metaphoric.
Oh, no. You attended that? No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
it is a brilliant session because
So conducted by whom?
Man, sir.
Himself?
Yeah,
Okay, no, I haven't seen that. I'll check the recording. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Check the recording because I was just giving the example of the metaphor that we have today in our discussion. That is how actually this gramophone or the megaphone is related to the leadership style, right? So I remember it was really
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't miss it. Yeah. Now let's come to the reflection part. So first reflection for today is: are you naturally more of a dreamer? That means you are more focusing on the vision, or a builder focusing more on the practical steps. And we also need to see if we are not having a perfect balance between the dreamer aspect and the builder aspect, then what we need to do so that we can bring a balance between the two. I feel most of us actually are very good dreamers and we have a lot of great ideas. But when it comes to builder part, that is the implementation part, we procrastinate. That is the common pattern that I have seen from our inner circle also, and to some extent from my own life also. Many a times, actually, I see that I have great number of ideas, but building all of them also is not possible. But the balance actually need to be brought little uh, holistically. Second reflection for today is: who is your opposite? Who do you need to partner with right now to bring your current goals to life? So that is where actually I had a very great idea, but the tools and the real implementation for our inner circle was delegated to Noel Ji, who was very good in what is that tool? There is a free
Yeah.
tool. Looker Studio. So I never have like kind of experimented with Looker Studio,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
had the vision, I had the understanding what need to be done to bring efficient habit building system. But the implementation part was actually lacking because I have not got enough time and opportunity to do more R&D in that Lucas studio, where actually I partnered with Noel and he brought that into implementation. So similarly, we always have the opportunity to see what all great ideas we have, and if we are not capable or we are not having enough resource or energy or capability, then we can always partner with someone. There is no harm, but get the product ready. Otherwise, the dream or the vision will one day die without getting any real implementation. That is a message that I am getting from the
This slide. Yeah.
yeah session. Yeah. So you can share your input if you want, Melody. Then we will move to the next.
Yeah, for me, when we're going through this particular slide, clarity, volume, and who is the dreamer and who is the builder, the very a quick example, which actually again, like engraved in my mind, is Dubai. The way they build Dubai. Last December, I was there, and I was really amazed by the person who has this particular dream, his vision. So I actually photograph his vision statement. So it was so clear. And again, for me, just to check his background, means his education and all that. Yeah, he was graduated from the top business management school in US 40 years back, and then he has a dream to build a like Dubai, so that it could be a world destination place. And then there are two documentaries. I need to check whether it is available on YouTube. They were there on Netflix. That is the building, the way they constructed the Burj Khalifa building, and there is one other building which is very famous. The way they build, again, he employed all the French engineers. French engineers, like the way French engineers are a little bit different in the engineering field. Like they build the Eiffel Tower, so their way and their attitude and their work culture is totally different from other worldwide engineers. So yeah, so he employed them, and for interior designer of that building, he employed some Asian lady. In that documentary, they have shown, and the challenges which they faced, and completely by his backup, he's completely backing that. Now it's a history, like that. It is really a destination for the world. I seen the road, I seen the transportation, I see the way they build the whole uh, Western culture there. Like everyone wants to visit Dubai and stay there. So I seen both the sides, old Dubai as well. I went to as purposely my whole in that 1 week is to see that how he converted the whole desert into the actual place where the people can do the actual surfing and enjoy the water and etc. and all that. It is a really live example. So yes, I took the photograph of that person in the mission statement, and for 1% dream is actually is able to convert the whole country's this thing. So yeah, true example for me. Yeah.
And I wonder like how without the income tax also they are able to manage, and
Yes, they are huge,
so
huge.
brilliantly they
Yeah,
are able to
yeah.
manage. It is
Their
not only
their
about,
roads are their
yeah.
roads are so wide, like 8 or 10 lanes, and their road rules are so strict that even if you make one mistake, it is a huge. Like in Indian rupees, it may be 1 or 2 lakhs rupees for that point. One of my friend, he definitely paid around 75,000 for simple mistake that he park in a road. So those rules are so strict. And yeah,
Mm.
anyway, they have the top control on the whatever who is coming from outside country. Definitely there was a huge control on them.
Mm.
They don't want to this thing, like what happened to UK actually. They are not like that. They already always have the control on top of it. The way they build is amazing. Means definitely they are getting benefit, or definitely because of the war something had changed. But MS the dream, when you see the buildings and lot of constructions happening nowadays. Lot means huge building. Every, like in UK also, in every mall there is advertisement. If you want to buy the property, you can buy in Dubai. And so they are now putting everything into the real estate. They are building the huge complex, and every, like it is again investment, worldwide investment. People are investing there in Dubai. So yeah. And I met a lady there. She is Sri Lankan. So I met her. She said, yeah, she is there for 40 years, and she actually manages around 7 or 8 properties. Owners are foreigners, but she's managing all the property. So you see
Mm.
how the country thrives, how everyone get the business. I was really amazed. Yeah, yeah. So again, it's the same, right? It is a clarity. It is dream of someone and builders that people are building on top of it, and now they are prosperous. Yeah, good example. Yeah.
Good.
Well, again, this thing is, yeah, how you can implement the same this thing. You can see the example in front, but yeah, how you to implement in your own life, in different areas of your life. Yeah, whatever you said that is true. Procrastination is something. Yeah, but yeah, we work on that. Thank you, Bakaji.
Thank you. Now we'll move to the next session, but I will end the
Yeah.
recording and create another recording.